What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Tuesday, September 12th, day number 42 inside the Big Brother house. And before we get into what happened yesterday on the live feeds, I want to talk about a little thing that I posted yesterday, just a bit of a short here on YouTube. If that's something you guys kind of enjoy, just these like little clips of just kind of funny or important things that I think you guys might be interested in, I can make them into shorts, post them on the channel. I know a lot of you guys have notifications on, so you might not be into receiving kind of a lot of notifications all the time. So let me know, was that more annoying to get that and it wasn't an update, or were you kind of excited to see something new and fresh? Let me know in the comments down below whether or not that's something I should keep up or not. But let's get into the live feeds. Yesterday was all about the veto ceremony, and like we thought, Jared didn't use the veto. There was like a slight, slim chance that maybe he would go along with thinking that Jag would be the replacement, but it would have been probably the biggest blunder in Big Brother history if he would have used the veto, because Cirie would have went up, and to be known as the one that backdoored your mom on Big Brother, it's, like, I even stumble over saying that because it's such a weird sentence. It's such a weird sentence. That would have been one of the most iconic moments, but sadly, we didn't get that. Cameron, though, with the nomination staying the same, being Izzy and Felicia, he really wants Izzy to go, but I don't think the votes are there, even though Cameron does. In his mind, I think the worst it will end up being is like 7-2. Like, that's how confident he is right now that Izzy's going to be leaving and that everybody's telling him the truth. He had lots of convos with everyone, including Cory, Matt, Bowie. The big one, though, was America, both early on in the day and later in the day, but we'll get to that one because that's when more of the real fun began, later in the day. The early one, though, was just like the others that he had with like Cory and Matt and Bowie. Cory one actually came after this convo, but it was all pretty much the same about how Izzy needs to go. She's a big competitor. It doesn't make sense to take out Felicia. She wants to leave anyway, so why give her that? Like, Izzy will end up beating them in more competitions and is much bigger of a threat than Felicia is. So why are we getting rid of her? And he makes a lot of really good points. America really agrees with it. Cory actually even told him, he's like, you know, it's a good pitch. Like, I can't argue with it too much. He's like, for my personal game, I don't know if I necessarily want to do it yet. And he kind of was upfront with that, where he's like, I think keeping Izzy right now would be better for my personal game, but you make a point, I will think about it. And even to the point where Cameron just kind of thinks that Cory is down. But yeah, America is fully on board with the idea, and she wants to get rid of Izzy. Cory, not so much. Now, Cirie and Felicia, they had been stuck down river. I would say without a paddle, but yeah, to be honest, they had those. So it's not like they were stuck without a paddle. And there was kind of a funny moment where Cirie and Felicia were in the bathroom with the kayak, and then Izzy and Jared were there as well. Felicia went into the potty for a bit, and they started like whispering. The three Fields there were all like, okay, so me, Jared, and then like camera kind of cut a little bit, so it was hard to tell who she said the other ones were, but I assume Matt and Cory, and then it was also Blue would be the 5 votes to keep Izzy this week, so that she wouldn't have to worry. Like, those are guaranteed votes for Izzy. But what really was kind of another funny moment was when they decided, like, hey, why don't we head upstream? Because the bookends, they saw that the meetings were happening upstairs, so they took their kayak and they made their way on up. It was a little bit of a struggle, but they made it up without incident. Izzy kind of helped them along the way there, and then they kind of parked up in the HOH. They chatted with Cam for a little bit, just kind of a little chit chat, but nothing really that deep. Eventually, he kind of dipped and was like, "You guys stay as long as you want," which they did. Kind of hang out for a little bit. Just for the change of scenery and things like that. They hadn't been up there in what, 2 days now. And eventually they headed downstairs as well. And it wasn't too long after that that their punishment actually ended. And that's when the real game began. Because we've been in the chaos of Cameron for the past 2 days, where he's been kind of the one making everybody kind of run around and scramble. But Cirie has been locked and tied to Felicia. So she can't have these one-on-ones with people. She can't go and maneuver the way she normally does because she's got one of the nominees right next to her. Not just one of them, the one that she doesn't want to keep. So once they were separated, she went to business, right? She started off meeting with Izzy, where she kind of filled her and caught her up on everything that's going on with Cam's plan and what he wants to do and how things are going. She met with Bowie and kind of apologized about everything that was happening. Like, oh, I'm so sorry that we blindsided you. I think at this point, Bowie is fully gone, though, and it's not going to matter. She then met with Jared and Matt, and they were talking about how, like, you know, we don't trust that Jag is going to vote with us, that Cory might, though. There was even some little bit of talk about maybe voting out Izzy, and that Jag wanted to have a meeting to kind of discuss who they should keep, and that they should do, like, with the 7 deadly sins, they should have 5 of them meet together, and then another meeting with the 7 after that. Yeah, it doesn't really even matter because that's not how they're going to be voting. They're making up their own minds. Other than that, though, Izzy was feeling pretty confident that she would have probably at least 6. In her head at the time, she was thinking that she would have Cirie, Jared, Cory, America, Blue, and Matt. The issue is with that, America not on board. She eventually kind of found... Actually, I don't even know if she knows at this point, because Cory might not have told her just yet, because I don't think that's something that he would want to tell her. So for now, she's still kind of thinking like she'll probably get America through Cory. And even Cory's kind of implied that too. I'm thinking now, like, I actually do know that, because Cory and Izzy did have a little chat where he's like, listen, I'm going to try and work on America, make sure she votes with me, but I'm voting to keep you. So for now, she's thinking she's going to have 6. She doesn't really care what Jag does, because Jag can go Jag. And then Mimi and Bowie, she doesn't think that she can get them. They'll probably vote for Felicia to stay, but, you know, she feels like she has the votes to stay. She should be okay. The question is, though, does she have those votes to stay? And like we said, we talked about Cory, who kind of filled her in, but Cory and America, there are a little bit of question marks. Cory's on board for Izzy to stay, but America, like we talked about, is fully on board with get Izzy out. And not only get Izzy out, she wants it bad. So bad that she's going around and campaigning hard to make sure they have the votes for Izzy. She met up with Bowie. Obviously, Bowie's down. Like, she's like, yeah, sure. Like, cool. Jag, you know, he's like, I don't know. Like, do we? Right? It's like, I'm kind of down, but he wasn't really buying in fully. And then America, she lets him know, like, listen, Blue's keeping Izzy. Do you know why? Because Jared's keeping Izzy. Oh, she tells Jared everything. In fact, do you know who Jared would put up if he won next week? Me and you. And potentially that is true. The actual plan would be to just backdoor Cameron, and Jared has talked about this, where Jag would be one of his nominees. But he's kind of said to Cory that it would be Bowie, but he might just be saying that to Cory. He might actually just put up America. So it would be interesting to see how that would play out. But America drops this on him, and this really seems to shake Jag. Like, he shook to the core, and he doesn't even really know what to believe with this either, because it's like, Blue was his number 2, right? Like, not even number 2, number 1, right? Like, that was his person in the game. And we've known for a while that she's kind of been just throwing him under the bus, telling everything to Jag. Now America was filling him in. She's like, can't trust her. Like, you gotta be thinking clearly here. Don't know if he went and had a conversation with Blue after this. We didn't see it on cameras. We did see Blue talking to Jared, and she didn't seem to mention it at all. So I don't 100% know if that actually happened, or if he even will. He might not actually even say anything. And either way, that's kind of interesting, right? If he tells her, it's not good for America. If he doesn't tell her, that's interesting because it means he's believing in America. She then also met up with Cory, who, like we talked about, is way less than down. He actually thinks because of Jared that Cameron is coming for him. So, and the reasoning why? Well, Cameron has a thing for America, and he's jealous of Cory, and he wants to work with America, but not Cory, and he's blaming Cory for all different kinds of things. But really what's happening is just Jared saying this to Cory to try and drive that wedge between Cameron and Cory, because they were so worried just a few weeks ago about Cory leaking information to Cameron, which he wasn't doing. But because they thought that, Jared's been on this mission to try and drive a wedge between them. Well, that was the thing. My camera just stopped recording. Where were we? We were talking about Jared kind of trying to isolate Cory from everybody else, from Cameron and America, to make sure he doesn't go and work with them as much as possible. Cory then, though, actually went to Cirie and confirmed, like, yeah, I'm keeping Izzy. He thinks that Matt is as well, and that Blue is, so all of them are on board, and Izzy should be staying this week. Meanwhile, Matt was actually meeting with America, and she was getting him to say, like, oh yeah, I'm on board with getting rid of Izzy. Like, where are the votes at? Oh, okay, we have 5. Like, oh, we should be good, and Izzy should go. Meanwhile, he's in Cirie's pocket. He told Cory the opposite earlier, that he was not on board with getting rid of Izzy. So this was all just lies to America, which she was like, man, he's lying over there, as they kind of compared notes later. And I don't 100% know, because here's the thing. Matt did also make the point to Bowie just a few days ago that, hey, if we got rid of Izzy, that would make us a little bit closer to Cirie, right? If she was gone, she might latch on to us a little bit more, which was a really good and smart point from Matt. But I don't know if he's really going to follow through with that, if that was just ear surface for Bowie. But it would be interesting to see if Matt did end up flipping and voting out Izzy, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's just going to listen to what Cirie wants. We then had the second America and Cam convo where he was going to her and saying, listen, I have a feeling that the votes aren't there, right? Like, you might think that everybody's coming in here and telling you that we're voting out Izzy, but I'm telling you it's probably not going to happen. And Cameron's like, I think their people are lying to you and not to me. Like, they wouldn't lie to me. She's like, Cam, do you know that you were the target last week? He's like, well, I was not the target. Yes, you were. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were, Cam. No. And he doesn't believe it, right? He's like, I think you're wrong on this. She said, do you know why Red was mad at you? It was because they were telling him all this information, saying that you wanted to sit up on the block next to him. He's like, well, I never said that, right? And I didn't say you, and it wasn't this, and I don't think. Yeah, but like, I don't think, right? She's like, do you know why they evicted him? He's like, I don't really 100% know. He said, like, it's because they thought you were going back to him and that you were too dangerous. Because again, you were the target last week. And he doesn't seem to believe it. Maybe we'll actually get his wheels turning a little bit, right? Maybe he'll actually start thinking twice about his relationship with Jared, because right now, he feels like him and Jared are tight. He feels like him and Matt are tight. Him and Bowie are tight, which really they kind of are tight. But yeah, it's really kind of interesting because we'll see. Cam didn't seem like he believed America. America spilled so much information to him. Let's see what he does, because he used information like this that Jared had gave him before against Cory, and very quickly, Cory and America were able to figure out it came from Jared. So will others be able to figure out this information came from America? Probably. So this could all blow up in America's face. The problem is, she's not wrong. Like, her and Cameron are right. They should be evicting Izzy this week. There's no reason to evict Felicia. She is not going to win competitions over Izzy. Yeah, if she did win, like, she probably would put up maybe Cory in America, but also so do a lot of people, right? Like, Izzy probably doesn't do it to Cory, but she probably puts America on the block. And I think overall, yeah, Cory probably feels he needs Izzy, but for the most part, everybody in there, Bowie, America, Cory, Matt, they should, Jag, even Blue, they should be voting out Izzy, but they're not. And it seems like she's going to stay. Right now, the way I kind of see the votes going. Also, one other thing to kind of wrap up how the night went. Everybody went to bed, and then BB, like, Mr. B, this was mean. Everybody went to bed and they blew the horn. Matt had to get up and take selfies with good old Josh in every single room. So that was kind of a funny little thing that happened in the middle of the night. As far as the votes go, I do think Izzy right now has a locked in 5 of Blue, Jared, Cirie, Matt, and Cory. Cory could potentially flip, and I think overall, if you really thought about it, it might be in his best interest to actually flip at this point, because Cirie and Jared are not people that he wants to be working with right now. Well, he wants to be working with, but he shouldn't want to be working with right now. Overall, on voting for Felicia to stay right now, I think we have Mimi, Bowie, America, maybe Jag. He's another question mark where he'll probably end up going to the majority. I think America would end up going to the majority as well if the votes aren't there. Like, why put the vote there if it's not going to matter? Mimi, maybe they'll fill her in as well. Bowie, still don't know where that's going to go. They're probably not going to fill her in on it. Cory and America might fill her in. We'll see how that all goes as well. And then one other thing, there's a very big build going on in the backyard. They do not have the backyard still, and it's very early for them not to have the backyard if it's just for the HOH. Could potentially mean it's a large build for the HOH competition, which may imply that it would be something like an endurance competition. But usually they pump that up if it was something like the wall, right? Because then we get to watch on the feeds. My other thought is maybe it's the slip and slide competition. And if it's that, there's times we've seen it on the feeds and there's times we haven't seen it on the feeds. And with jury potentially starting this week, it would make a lot of sense if it was an endurance competition. But again, we'll kind of see how this all plays out on Thursday. Wednesday's episode is going to be 2 hours. Maybe there's something else with that too, but I think it's just going to be a big kind of advertisement for buddy games. Maybe there's going to be like a game for them tomorrow to play, but that feels like really short notice to get anything ready. Like, if they were going to do something, it would have been on yesterday's, not today. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What's going on in the backyard? Why it would be closed this long? Do you think it's just an endurance? Do you think there's some kind of other competition going on? Blue even had an interesting little theory where she's like, maybe they're building something with the split house thing. She's like, last year they did it, and you know, the outside people had to do one thing and the inside people had to do another. And Jared's like, that wouldn't really matter much, right? Like, if there was outside people and inside people. And she's like, well, it leads to a double eviction. The inside people evict one and the outside people evict one. And he's like, oh, that would be a thing, right? So maybe it could be something along that lines. I think that would actually be kind of fun if they did a split house competition this week. But yeah, what do you guys think is going on in the backyard? Let me know in those comments down below. Also, let me know what you guys think of the shorts ideas. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all my socials in the description down below. Pinned comment, things like my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Kick, all the cool things. Check them out. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I actually have something that's going to be coming from one of you. If you guys don't know, I have a Throne account where you guys can get like kind of random gifts. Something special is coming, and it's something that I can kind of incorporate onto this channel as well, so that'll be kind of interesting. But yeah, I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support. We recently just crossed 7,000 subscribers here on the channel, which is still just kind of mind-blowing that we've even gotten this far. We are on the road to 10K now at this point, which would be a huge milestone if we can get there by the end of the season. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Share this video with anyone you can. If they're a Big Brother fan, if they haven't watched it in a long time, let them know that this season's awesome and they can catch up with everything right here. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.